Hi, I'm Shauna Tilbury, coordinator of English as an Additional Language, and I wanted to talk about parent communication. You've heard it said many times, our schools are diverse. In fact, there are many ways in which our schools have changed over the years, and one significant change is the number of students and families in Saskatoon Public Schools whose first language is something other than English. A large part of teaching is communicating with families. Teachers want to engage families, learn about their children, and ensure parents and guardians understand what's happening in the classroom and at school. Although it is important to note that being an immigrant or refugee, being from another country, or having an accent does not automatically mean that a person does not read or speak English well, we do need to consider how best to reach out to families who speak other languages. When considering communication with people who don't speak English yet, there are two approaches that come to mind immediately. Translation, which is written communication, and interpretation, which is spoken communication. The focus of today will be translation. I often receive requests to translate school division documents, and at first glance, this seems like an efficient and culturally competent way to communicate. In fact, there are some documents that we have translated in an attempt to better communicate with families. For example, our information on emergency procedures. However, there are a few reasons why we're not able to translate all of our documents. For example, turnaround time for professional translation and the fact that documents change frequently and would need to be updated each time make document translation a challenge. Also, did you know that there are over 80 languages spoken by our students and families? What a gift! Unfortunately, we'd have a difficult time translating documents into all the languages of all of our families. Furthermore, the number of documents that come from a teacher, school, or the school division each year is innumerable. It's impractical to translate everything. So, what can we do? First of all, try to simplify documents that you create yourself. Consider adding simple visuals, picture of a clock to show the time that the meeting starts, a photo of the principal, or a drawing of a bus for a field trip form to support your message. If you set up consistent visuals, then parents get accustomed to them and they know what type of information is in the document. Use simple sentence structures and avoid idiomatic expressions or jargon that is difficult to translate. Consider, please come to the school at 3 p.m. versus come down to the school to set up a time to meet. A little bit more complicated. Or in our classroom, we're working on growth mindset. Huh? Additionally, you've likely heard of the translation apps that are now available on smartphones. Have you used them before? Have you asked your families if they use them? Communication with the school is only one portion of the language that a newcomer family must navigate to be successful. Perhaps our best tactic is to assist families to use these translation apps to their advantage. In the spring, EAL teachers had the opportunity to participate in a brief webinar on how to use Google Translate. The app, available for both iPhone and Android models, has many features that can be useful, including text-to-speech components that can assist families who are not literate. First language literacy is another consideration. There are certainly other apps out there that you may be familiar with that can be useful, such as Seesaw or Talking Points, and both of those also have translation features. One other approach I've taken in the past is to make sure that my students know what my written message says, so that they can help their parents understand when they get home. In the end, newcomer families are quite resourceful and do find ways to learn what they need to know. If we can encourage them with a little bit of effort on our side, the school-family relationship will only be that much better.